Hi everyone, welcome to the screencast for December 8th, scheduled for the week. Just a few things to point out. It is the Hour of Code week. Thank you for participating in that. A special thanks to our technology team and Kathy Carroll for helping us all with that. Looking forward, I know our kids look forward to that. We do have a staff meeting on Wednesday, just be aware of that. And looking through here, those are the only things I'm going to point out right now. Right-sizing the budget. Last week, you should have received this email and went out to all families and staff from me from our school. A little information on the process that we're going about with our budget cuts. I want to point out that on the side here, there are some links that you can go to. There's a feedback form if you want to provide feedback on what's happening. Frequently asked questions, I check that out, is very helpful. So that provides some information too. The other thing I want to point out is that there's a schedule of the meetings that will be taking place. There's 2 this week with the board. People are able to give feedback if they want to attend those meetings or just to hear what's happening. So just want to make sure everybody is aware of that and has access to that information. If you have questions about that, let me know. Thursday's supervisory meeting. Last Thursday, I went to the district for a Thursday meeting. A few things to point out. The draft calendar for the next school year is almost complete. Looks like there's a few things to be ironed out, but hopefully that will go to the board soon for approval. Hannah Hatch, head of health services, presented on Narcan, and Narcan is something that can prevent opioid overdoses. You might have heard of it. That is a concern across Bloomington as well as the whole metro area, and the Bloomington police have asked this to be stored at all buildings. We have that stored with our nurse, Leanne, who has access to that in case there ever is someone that needs that. If you're interested in more information about that, you can click on the link here, and that will share the same information on that. Hard to think about that, but I'm glad that we have that around our buildings. Just so that we have access to that if we ever need it. Also, on a much more positive note, new policy 899 is service dogs and therapy dogs. I thought this was kind of fun to look at. I hope someday that we could have a service dog at Westwood. I know I've talked a little bit with Co on that. So Co, here it is. Here's the policy. And hopefully we'll get to that point someday, because I think from the schools I've seen that have it, it's very positive. If you want more information on that, let me know. 2020 incoming kinders. Hey, just a little information on our incoming kindergartners for the next year. We have kindergarten orientation, kindergarten team, I can't remember if we call it kindergarten orientation, but that is the day when families meet us on January 31st, and we always need extra help on that day, so if you're interested, just remember that. Also, we have a district goal this year, which I think is great, to have all kindergarten students who will be with us for next year registered for kindergarten screening by December 15th. That makes it so that if there are some services that we can help to help those kids be ready for kindergarten ahead of time, we can do that. So I'm contacting every kindergarten that has not been kindergarten screened yet, and making it a goal to get those in. And it's a great way for me to have contact with those kindergartners too. Also, kind of exciting, we have approximately likely about 10 incoming kindergartners next year from our ELA program. That says a lot about our ELA program, that they are excited to continue their education at Westwood, as well as all of our staff members that interact with our ELA families and kids. So that's exciting. So thank you, ELA program, for what you're doing with our kids, because that makes a difference for our school too. Yeah, just the last thing I want to say, we have 2 weeks left until winter break. It's amazing how quickly it's going between Thanksgiving and winter break. We know that when we get to this time, there are a lot of stresses. I know for me personally and my family, as we get ready for the holidays. For our kids, sometimes they're excited about the break, sometimes they aren't. Just be aware of that. We still want to hold our kids to high standards and hold them accountable for when they need to make different decisions. At the same time, we want to be mindful of some of the stresses that are there. So just be mindful of the stresses that are facing you with your families as well as our kids. And let's all support each other as we head toward winter break. 2 weeks to go. It's going to come fast and furious, but it's going to be great. Have a great rest of the weekend. Take care, everyone.